We have breaking news in the NFL, y'all. The Cleveland Browns are trading quarterback Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. What? Y'all know we going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hit the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome in to another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host, Ted Bobby, and I'm bringing you all some breaking news around the NFL. It is October, and we know that the trade deadline is the first week in November, and there will be an expected anticipation of more moves to come. And kicking things off right now is the Cleveland Browns in a move to trade Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals for a sixth-round pick in exchange for a fifth-round pick that the Browns will have on hand. Now for the Cleveland Browns, they will now only have Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders on their roster. So I guess it's good for Shedeur, right? I guess it's good for Dylan Gabriel as well. Now the Cleveland Browns have their two quarterbacks that they can go with, both young guys. You can kind of figure out how you're going to maneuver and move through this entire situation and see what's in the future for yourself. Dylan Gabriel performed, I would say, well, not great, but well in his first matchup versus the Minnesota Vikings. And Joe Flacco, he wasn't it. He wasn't it. And yeah, so if the Cleveland Browns ultimately feel like they want to see something out of Shedeur, he is now QB2, I guess. They also have another quarterback on the practice squad in Bailey Zappi, who has been a starter in this league, once started for the New England Patriots. So we shall see where this ends, I guess, right? But I find this trade funny as hell to me. I'm not even going to lie to you. I find this trade really, really funny for the Cincinnati Bengals to trade for Joe Flacco. I find the Cincinnati Bengals trading for Joe Flacco to be funny because have you not seen Joe Flacco this season? Was there not another option out there? What about Kirk Cousins? What about Jameis Winston? Look, I get it, but it don't make sense. It's actually funny to me. But hey, whatever floats your boat over there down in Cincinnati. Again, trying to be cheap, trying to skip steps, trying not to do due diligence on quarterbacks, and you go and get Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco in 2025, 815 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions over 4 games, 58 completion percentage with a 60.3 passer rating. Cincinnati, you can't be serious right now. You cannot be serious right now. Did you call Atlanta to see if they want to come up off Kirk Cousins? Maybe if they said no, cool, fine, dandy, all right, we move on. Now, did you call the New York Giants to say, hey, do we want Jameis Winston? Nah, they said we want to take the guy in Joe Flacco with 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season, only completing 58% of his passes. Good job, Cincy. Good job. Good job. I guess if we talking football wise, I guess you can kind of try to make some type of sense of it, right? I guess if we talking in a football sense, you could try to make some type of sense out of this. In a way to say that the Cleveland Browns, they don't have the weapons that the Cincinnati Bengals have. Okay, fine and dandy. I give you that. But for the Cincinnati Bengals, have you not seen Joe Flacco this season? If it wasn't for your defense, you don't even win that game in Green Bay because Joe Flacco was putrid. And just about every game that he's played, he's been horrible. in Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow is getting beat up behind that line. Jake Browning has been getting beat up behind that line. And the immobile quarterback that you just brought up in here in Joe Flacco, do you not expect him to get beat up behind this offensive line? It's my only question. I can't just give you kudos for making a move. The move has to make sense. The move has to make sense. In a way, it makes sense, but in a way, it's still so damn funny for me. What can Joe Flacco do? Salvage your season? I would have rather had Jameis Winston come out there, give a great speech, and then go throw a pick six at the end of the game. simply because just looking at Joe Flacco and how he struggled to do anything so far in this season, I'm just like, bro, at least Jameis Winston or somebody like that will give me some entertainment. Now, on some more football talk, maybe they saying we won't have to extend any resources because the expectation is for Joe Burrow to come back, which is understandable. I'm not mad at it. I guess. I guess. So if you're saying that you need somebody to hold it down until Joe Burrow come back, okay, I'll give you that. And you don't want to have to wait so long to get some things going for this type of move. Okay. But it's still funny to me, bro. It's funny. It's funny. I don't know if I'm the only one that find this type of stuff funny, simply because it's like, okay, Cincy, y'all told us Jake Browning was the guy. They're going to be able to help keep y'all afloat. And from what I've seen, he hasn't been protected. But now one thing I will give the Cincinnati Bengals and head coach Zach Taylor this. When he does have time, he ain't throwing the ball. Will Joe Flacco throw the ball? I don't know, because I seen him with a much better line in Cleveland not do anything. So can Joe Flacco help you stay afloat? Maybe, possibly. I just know that for a fact that, okay, bro. That's all I got to say for the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, bro. You made a move, Cincy. Kudos to you. You got you a Joe Flacco with 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season, 58 completion percentage. You got it, bro. It's just one of those situations to where you look at the Cincinnati Bengals and be like, you know what? You got it, bro. That's as far as I can take with it, for sure. That's as far as I can go with this type of thing, simply because I feel like there was better options out there. I do. I feel like there was better options out there, but it just seems like a cheap move. Maybe it turns out to be something good for the Cincinnati Bengals. We shall see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong at the end of the day, and we'll see what actually happens with this type of situation with the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know. But as of right now, on today, after receiving the news, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. That's just me. I'm not a believer in the move for Joe Flacco to help you win some football games when he struggled mightily to help the Cleveland Browns win the football games. Again, the only saving grace in this whole thing is that the Cincinnati Bengals has better weapons. But they do not have a better O-line. This man is not even mobile. Maybe more dumpster fire. I don't know. But we got one comment up in here before I get up out of here, man. We got my man Joel tuning in, after week 5 Bears not looking so bad. Bengals organization reminds me of Bears organization in previous years, being cheap. Hey, this is the cost of doing business the wrong way and being cheap. Because you done had all this turmoil. You didn't refuse to do certain things within your organization to make your organization better. And you neglected your offensive line in Cincy. You did not pay attention good enough to your running back room. You etched out money to your wide receivers way too late, hence why you paying a premium for these wide receivers. And your defense stink. Now, I will give the defense for the Bengals this. They ain't been the worst part of this team. It's been the quarterback. Maybe Joe Flacco, with his experience, he can come in and deliver. but I'm not a believer. But maybe he can come in and deliver. I don't know. I'm just not a believer at this moment in time. Again, Joe Flacco, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 58 complete percentage. It's basura to me. But hey, I seen crazier things go down up in this world. I seen a lot of crazier things go down in this NFL game. We'll see what happens with this one, man. But hey, that is the breaking news right here. If there's anything else that comes out, y'all know we're gonna come and deliver on NFL Central. But in the meantime, in between time, just go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and let us know how you're feeling about this move for the Cincinnati Bengals trading for Joe Flacco. Do you believe they'll win some games? I'm not a believer. I hope I'm wrong. We shall see. But that is it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And y'all already